I know a lot of Ravens fans are watching this, so shout out to the Ravens flock 5-2. Go Ravens. Today we're looking at Mark Andrews' game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and at the end, I'm going to give him a grade on his performance. Thank you guys for watching, and let's get into the film, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's go. One thing I love about tight ends is their blocking. Nobody talks about tight ends blocking anymore because all the great tight ends now get like 1,200 yards receiving and 12 touchdowns a season. Nobody wants to talk about tight ends blocking anymore, but I'm here to tell you that it is so important in the run game. George Kittle's great at this too, but Mark Andrews is probably second in the NFL with blocking tight ends. Now, Andrews, the past couple weeks when people were saying, oh, he's washed, oh, he's not as good anymore, he was playing phenomenal in the run game. Maybe not in the pass game, he wasn't getting involved, but now he's involved in both. And now this is what makes Mark one of the best tight ends in football. So what's going to happen here is Zay Flowers is just going to run an end around and then he's going to jump back inside. But what Mark does so well here is that he has to block this guy right here, and he has to get inside leverage and block him outside so Zay can come back inside. And he does a great job of that. And this is not an easy block because this guy is trying to get inside leverage into here. So Mark is already having outside leverage, so he comes back in and makes this block. It's awesome to see. Look at that. Opens this hole perfectly. Zay makes a good move here to the inside, makes a man miss. Ricard gets out here on the block. It is just perfect stuff. Like, that is so important to this run game, especially with Derrick Henry. You have Zay Flowers involved. You have Justice Hill. Like, this stuff is so important that's not talked about with tight ends, and Mark is one of the best in the NFL to do it. Look at this block, man. Pushing this guy out. I love to see it. And then Pat Ricard, big guy, coming out here and making a block. Zay doing what Zay does. Just awesome stuff, man. And I wish more people would talk about Mark Andrews in that aspect instead of just talking about the receiving. And now Mark is involved in the pass game. 2 touchdowns in this game. And this is what Mark Andrews does best. This is what makes Mark one of the best tight ends in the NFL. And if you want to be a great tight end in this league, you need to make plays like this. These are both option routes here for Isaiah Likely. He's going to come back inside, or he can go upfield if this safety comes down or if this guy comes down. So you're basically reading these two guys. Same thing with Mark here. He can come down, he can sit, or he can take it upfield if it's open. These guys are just running out routes. Let's put these up. So this is the concept. And basically, Lamar's going to throw to one of these guys. If they're not open, he's going to go to the outside. So you'll watch here, Mark reads this perfectly. So does Isaiah Likely. So this linebacker's coming here. This linebacker is blitzing. Mark pushes off to get some inside leverage, and he notices that nobody is in the middle of the field. He recognizes that this safety is here. So if he runs here, it's probably not going to be open. So Mark sits, and like I said, when you sit like this in the NFL and find open space, that's what makes you an elite tight end in this league. And Mark looks like the veteran he is. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff. Getting Mark involved. It wasn't that Mark wasn't playing well, just the Ravens weren't really getting him involved. And also, he is such a big piece, and so is Isaiah Likely. People are saying, oh, the Ravens need another wide receiver. I think the Ravens have 4 wide receivers. You have Mark Andrews, you have Isaiah Likely, you have Zay Flowers, and now you have Rashad Bateman playing well. With Mark playing this well, this offense is a pick-your-poison offense, just like they all said. Before we continue, I just want to remind you that this YouTube channel is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a great ticket app that I use every single week for my Ravens season tickets. I also only use them when I go on the road. So I got tickets to the Tampa Bay game and to the Pittsburgh game that's coming up in November only through SeatGeek. And if you guys want $20 off, just click the link in the description, download the app, and use my code YAPMATT, YAPMATT. It's also on the screen here. If you guys want to support me, that is the way you guys can do it. And also, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it. So this should have been a touchdown for Lamar Jackson, but it was called back because of a holding call, which I don't see a holding at all on this play. If anything, Tyler Linderbaum right here, he's going to get low blocked. That's illegal. He gets hit in the knees, dude. That's how you tear an ACL, man. Like, that should have been a touchdown. But I want you guys to focus on Mark Andrews. We're here for Mark Andrews. Once again, getting inside leverage on this guy and making the block on the inside to open this up for Lamar Jackson. Such a huge piece. It's like having another tackle out there. Also, I want to highlight these guys. Falele makes a really nice block. Linderbaum was going to make a nice block, but of course he gets, like, I'm not sure where the holding call is. I forget who this was called on, but I'm trying to look and see. Maybe they called it on Falele for a barely. That's ticky-tacky to me. Should have been a touchdown. But once again, Mark getting involved. And he gets involved in the next play anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But Mark, once again, dude, getting the inside leverage. This is great blocking. He's going to try to get outside of him and then come back inside and push him, and he does a great job of that. Look at him turning his hips and making sure there is no way that Zero can come around. There's no way he can get inside. He gets in front of him, makes a perfect block, and that should be a touchdown. But obviously, bad call. Should have been called on the guy on Tyler Linderbaum. But once again, Mark Andrews getting involved in the run game. I have no idea what Tampa Bay is running here defensively. If anybody knows, please leave a comment below. But another big play by Mark. Mark ran a really nice route. I really want to highlight this because Mark doesn't look slower to me. He actually looks fully healthy, and he looks like the same Mark he has been for years. But if you know what this defense is, let me know. I'll show you the concept and show you the defense. So Mark is just going to run an over route here. So let's put that here. And then Isaiah Likely is just going to kind of run a stop here. And then Bateman is going to run a go. This is designed for Mark Andrews. He's going to run a go here, kind of like a vertical seam, and then Zay Flowers is also just going to run a go. These are basically just to take the safeties out, but this is the concept. It's supposed to go to Mark. Once again, they're designing plays for Mark, getting him involved. I think that's so big for his confidence. Now, I want you to watch this defense, and I'm still learning defense, so bear with me, but they have a corner blitz coming here. So they have this guy coming inside here. And then this linebacker is going to guard one-on-one with Bateman. And then this looks like man coverage here as well. What's so confusing, and then you have the safeties dropping back. But what's so confusing to me is that why are we running a man-to-man with a linebacker who has to get all the way out here, who's not faster than Bateman, number one. Seems like it should have been a zone coverage. Like, it feels like this safety, because this looks like man-to-man to me. We got man, or not man, I'm sorry. This is a zone, so he's going to run a zone. He's going to pass off Mark Andrews. It feels like maybe to this guy, that's my guess, or maybe to this guy. I'm not sure. This is where it gets confusing. But it feels like these two are running man for some reason. I don't know why. It feels like they should have maybe passed them off, or at least him, and he's supposed to stay in the middle of the field on this side because this guy's staying in the middle of the field here. So if you know, let me know in the comments because I could not tell you. But let me run this back again. Watch Mark here. Nice swim move up top to create separation. And he's still fast, man. Like, he doesn't look any slower to me. That's why I want to highlight this. Gets yards after the catch and brings the confidence to Mark. I'm so glad that Todd Monken is getting Mark Andrews involved in this passing game now to gain. I think that was the only problem with Mark. I think he had the injury last year. I think that maybe he had a couple drops here and there. He started a little bit slow, but I think we're getting the Mark Andrews back that we all know and love. These Ravens receivers remind me of the Golden State Warriors. How do you move without the ball? Because Golden State was so good at moving without the ball in their hands, and so are the Ravens receivers. And you have to, with a quarterback like Lamar Jackson who's going to move around, you have to keep your feet moving. And Mark and everybody else does a great job of this, and this is why this offense is so dynamic. And also the catch was insane on the sidelines. I'll show you the other angle. To get 2 feet in was crazy. So the concept is just going to be a go route here from Zay Flowers. And then this is going to be like a go route, but on the outside for Mark Andrews. I think this was designed for Mark. And then Isaiah Likely is going to run kind of a go and stop. He kind of stops to see if the middle of the field's there. And then Bateman is just going to run an out route. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not in the quarterback room, so I don't know where this ball is supposed to go. It kind of looks like he was looking for Derrick Henry for Mark here, on the one-on-one right here. He wanted to throw it over the top. This guy also has his hip turned the other way, so he could have thrown this ball, but at the same time, there's a lot going on here, and obviously a lot going on back here. So Lamar escapes it like he always does. Now look at these receivers. This is at the same exact time. Look, they're in sync. They both saw Lamar escape, and they're both coming back for the football at the same exact time. It's like watching a mirror. That is crazy. And then, of course, Lamar does Lamar things. Mark comes back to the ball. He comes all the way. He comes about 15 yards back, all the way back here to make it an easier throw for Lamar. And then to get 2 feet in, just crazy stuff. I also want you to watch Isaiah Likely here too. Once again, moving without the ball. Just in case he's going to take this upfield. Look at this. Coming upfield, putting his hand up. Just in case. Never know. But this catch is crazy. And Mark, once again, makes him one of the best tight ends in football. This also is a great showing of the Ravens receivers and how locked in they are and how much better Zay has gotten, Bateman, all of them. He's got all this pressure. Lamar escapes it because it's Lamar Jackson. But this catch, to get 2 feet in, my goodness, dude. And like I said, I think this is just a confidence thing. He's not going to drop anything anymore. I can almost guarantee that, but great work. Now, this play actually gets blown up. It's a screen pass, but I want to highlight Mark because this is such a veteran move because you see so many offensive pass interferences on these screen calls when they don't work immediately because you're blocking way too early. I want you to watch Mark here. He's just going to come out here and sit. He's not going to put his hands on anybody, but he's going to move his body in front of the person and follow them, but he's also watching back at Lamar to see when he's releasing this ball. It's an RPO. I believe it's an RPO at least. Yes, because Mark is looking back. See how he's looking back? And watch him move his feet. He's moving to stay in front of this guy. So he's looking back at Lamar, and he's looking here. He's like, I need to stay in front of my guy. That is, I mean, if he goes out there and blocks right now, we have an offensive pass interference. And also, what he does, like I said, I know it's blown up. Now, there are 3 people here. Lamar tries to throw it to him as he should, but watch Mark here. Once again, moving without the ball in his hands. Just in case Lamar gets out of this, this is a big play, but gets tipped. Just wanted to highlight that. It's the small little things in veteran tight ends and veteran receivers, and you have Mark out there on an island to make this block. That's how much confidence the Ravens have in Mark Andrews and his blocking abilities. It sucks that it got tipped and it was blown up immediately, but great work again from Mark Andrews. I got 2 more plays for you. This should have been a touchdown. And once again, Mark creating separation. So we'll go back and see that Mark is just going to run in the middle of the field, and he is going to push this guy out of the way and create separation for himself, and it should have been a touchdown. And this is what great tight ends do, man. He pushes him out of the way. Can you call an offensive PI there? Probably. But the fact that Mark gets so close to him first and then extends and lets go before extending too much and turning around, that is like elite ball knowledge, so you don't get flagged. He's open here, creates the separation. He also could have gone to Likely here as well. I'm not sure who Lamar's throwing this ball to, but either way, it's a touchdown, and it gets tipped by 54, Levante, I think. No, 94, 94. Makes a nice play on the ball, but it should have been a touchdown. Just creating separation, being Mark Andrews. Like, these two right here are the best tight end duo in the NFL, and they complement each other so well. It is a pick your poison with these two guys. I think he's going for Likely. I think, but either way, if it doesn't get tipped, I think Mark jumps in front of this and actually catches it anyway. So one of them would have called a touchdown. But once again, just great work from Mark, making sure he doesn't get the offensive PI, create separation, getting open, man. And the last clip is Mark Andrews' second touchdown to put the cherry on top. Probably his best receiving game of the season. He's been on a tear these past couple weeks. I love this design. Once again, the Ravens have figured out this blitz thing. Blitz, all out blitz. We have man-to-man. The Ravens could not figure out the blitz last year, but they figured it out this year. And I love the concept again. You're just going to run Nelson here on a comeback route to keep this guy down. You know you have one-on-one here. Mark just has to beat this guy, and he beats him. And then you're going to have Zay on an out route here. And then Rashad is just going to run a slant, a deep slant. And it works to perfection. You can see Mark, this is what I want to highlight. The inside step here to get this guy coming back in, this step on the inside. Great route run using his hand to create this separation, but not pushing, just, shoving a tad. This guy falls over. It's just enough. And you make it, once again, it's just a veteran thing to not get called an offensive PI here. Getting close to the guy, using it like a swim move, coming outside, the inside, the out. Just, he's back, man. He's back. He played phenomenal in this game. The route running's there. The speed is there, at least to me. He's getting off his blocks. He is blocking very well. He's still, I think he's probably the second best tight end in the league right now. In my personal opinion, I either second or third. If you want to put Kittle ahead of him, that's fine. But we have to give Mark Andrews a grade, of course. And I'm so excited for this grade because it is Mark's time, man. I'm going to give Mark an A+. Just incredible. Let me fix this plus. That's ugly. Just an incredible job from Mark in this game, blocking. He just looks like his old self. And I'm really excited to see what this offense does now with Likely playing well, Mark playing well, Zay playing well. This is what the Ravens needed. This was the key piece. They needed that extra weapon, at least in the pass game, and Mark has gained his confidence back. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Mark Andrews. We're going to be back with more film reviews. I'm also going to be back later today. If you're watching this first before my other video, check out my other video, which is my bets for the weekend. I truly appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button. That is how you can support me. I take a lot of time into these film reviews, and also it costs money. I don't get this stuff for free. So if you guys can just like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, that's how you guys can support me. Also, make sure you click the SeatGeek link below if you guys haven't signed up for SeatGeek. I only use it for my Ravens tickets and all that good stuff. Best sports books down below, and also Outlier. That is how I research all my bets. Those are my 3 links. I truly appreciate it, guys, if you guys click on those and sign up using my codes. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and go Ravens.